an amazing person, really nice guy. But for him and his guys, if you don't say he's the greatest ever, it's like you could commit treason.
Right. You're either for them or against them.
Yeah,
it's like, can I just say you're one of the greatest players of all time?
No, you cannot. You cannot. If you do not say he's the greatest of all time, you're committing treason.
Breaking news. Charles Barkley has finally had enough. The NBA legend just went absolutely nuclear on LeBron James and the propaganda machine that's been protecting him for 2 decades. While most analysts are too scared to speak out against LeBron's camp, Barkley just said what millions of fans have been thinking all along. According to Barkley, LeBron's legacy is more protected than even the president's. And this isn't just another hot take, this is a Hall of Famer standing up and declaring, "I'm not playing this game anymore." By going public with his criticism, Barkley has essentially declared war on what he calls the LeBron industrial complex. And the fallout from this war won't just hit LeBron. It's going to take down everyone who's been lying to protect the King's carefully manufactured legacy.
First of all, most of these young punks today, in the public, they never saw Michael Jordan play.
Right.
They never, most of them never saw Kobe play. They definitely didn't see Kareem or Bill Russell play. But for some reason, this generation, you're being blasphemous saying LeBron.
The man who never won a ring just told the truth about the man with 4 rings, and it's causing chaos across the entire basketball world. Charles Barkley isn't holding back anymore. Chuck doesn't need LeBron's approval. He doesn't need Rich Paul's connections. And he sure as hell doesn't need to kiss the ring like the rest of these media puppets. While others tiptoe around the King's image, Barkley is tearing straight through the facade with the kind of honesty only he can deliver. This is exactly why his words are shaking the league right now. When a Hall of Famer with nothing left to lose decides to torch the propaganda machine, it hits different. And for the first time in years, people are questioning just how much of LeBron's legacy is authentic, and how much has been carefully protected.
LeBron James, come into the studio. You ain't got nothing to do. The playoffs started yesterday. You got free time. I know you got to pick a coach and a general manager.
He's picking it?
I know you got to pick just put that on the back burner. I'm speaking on behalf, I'm begging you on behalf of Ernie, Kenny, and
Which side he's going to sit on? This side or?
Right here in the middle. He's going to sit right here in the middle.
All right, wait.
Here's what nobody wants to talk about. The Second Apron Rule was never about competitive balance. It wasn't about keeping parity or protecting small market teams. No, this was the NBA's nuclear option, and it had one target in mind. The rule was designed to stop LeBron James from destroying the league. That's right. Adam Silver and the owners were so fed up with LeBron's history of manipulating rosters and stacking super teams that they finally drew a line in the sand. For 2 decades, LeBron bent the system to his will, forcing front offices to gut their future, trade away assets, and pay whatever price necessary to build around him. But with the second apron in place, those days of unchecked roster engineering are over. The league didn't just change policy, it changed the game to put an end to the LeBron era of control.
The second apron thing is dumb. It's for the owners. The owners should save money, but it's also not fair. The owners can always get their money back. Players, they can never get their money back. They tricked them because they made it seem like it's going to be parity around the league. Every team is going to have stars now because you can't keep a star. And then you look at it, it's yeah, but you also can't pay anybody else. But everybody's going to get lower contracts now. You're going to have 2, maybe 3 max players, and everybody else who at once upon a time when people was getting the mid-level exception, getting 14, 15, 20 minutes, you're going to have 1 player like that, 1 or 2. It's just not good. It took the fun out of basketball.
Think about it. What happened right before this rule was introduced? LeBron forced his way to the Lakers, orchestrated the Anthony Davis trade, tried to lure Kawhi Leonard, pushed for Russell Westbrook, and was still angling to add more stars. The man was treating the salary cap like it was a loose suggestion rather than a hard limit. He turned team building into a monarchy, where King James himself decided who played where. Front offices weren't strategizing, they were scrambling to meet LeBron's demands, no matter how much future capital they had to sacrifice. And the league finally realized this wasn't just one franchise's problem, it was a systemic issue caused by one player's gravitational pull.
I'm starting to believe, I know LeBron get people traded, but I don't think he be knowing everything. Sometimes he be he probably don't care, bro. To be real, playing basketball, you really don't care about other people. You honestly don't. Mook, you know that.
No, we don't. But Bron, his situation a little different.
The second apron is basically LeBron-proofing the NBA. No more dialing up banana boat buddies for discount contracts. No more forcing teams to mortgage their futures just to satisfy his win-now demands. No more turning entire franchises into his personal kingdom. Owners had seen enough. They remembered Miami, where LeBron colluded with Wade and Bosh to take less money and form a super team that broke the league's balance. They remembered Cleveland, where he forced the Kevin Love trade, pressured the front office into overpaying role players, and pushed them deep into the luxury tax. And they definitely remembered Los Angeles, the Russell Westbrook disaster he demanded, only to throw Russ under the bus when it all fell apart. At that point, the owners collectively said, enough is enough. The second apron became their nuclear option, a hard line in the sand that said, we're done being held hostage by LeBron James.
Why did Adam Silver have to put the second apron in? Because LeBron got all his guys together. KD wanted to go play with the Warriors.
Let's talk about the extortion, and yes, I'm calling it extortion, that LeBron James has pulled on every franchise he's ever blessed with his presence. Take the Cleveland Cavaliers. LeBron held owner Dan Gilbert hostage, demanding, pay Tristan Thompson $82 million or I'm leaving. He forced the front office to trade away Andrew Wiggins for Kevin Love. Then he ordered, fire David Blatt and hire my guy. The Cavs bent to every command, shelling out the highest luxury tax bill in NBA history because LeBron demanded it. And when they couldn't deliver another star by 2018, LeBron didn't hesitate. He walked away, leaving Cleveland in ruins once again.
For me to ultimately make the decision to come back, I needed to sit down with Dan face to face, as man to man. And it was a straightforward conversation. There was no beating around the bush. He basically said, no matter what decision you make, we wanted to clear the ways. We wanted to clear the air. And, to where if we see each other in public or we see each other wherever, if I'm competing against you, we can always shake each other's hands and look at the fun times that we had in Cleveland while we were together instead of focus on the one night that kind of, everyone kind of focuses on.
Miami Heat. Even Pat Riley, the Godfather himself, got played. LeBron demanded they draft Shabazz Napier, only to bolt the very next month. He pushed the Heat to overpay his friends, demanded special treatment and private jets, and when Riley finally drew the line, LeBron ran back to Cleveland while playing the victim. I was in South Beach, I remember it. The so-called Heatless dynasty ended not because of age or failure, but because LeBron couldn't control Pat Riley the way he controlled everyone else.
I remember being in South Beach. I was at Red Steakhouse, and then I think Dwayne was down at the Prime or somewhere else. And I'll never forget when he said, I'm taking my talents to South Beach. You could hear the whole place, the city was like, all of a sudden everybody's out in the streets yelling and screaming. I went out in the street, I never forget it.
So you didn't know until then?
I knew.
Oh, okay.
Man, there was no way that he could go up there and say, I'm going to go to like New York or go to Chicago. He could have, but I had a good feeling that he was going to come to Miami.
Los Angeles Lakers. The most storied franchise in NBA history got turned into LeBron's personal reality show. He strong-armed them into trading their entire young core for Anthony Davis, demanded Russell Westbrook, and then scapegoated Frank Vogel, firing a coach who had literally just delivered a championship. LeBron treats organizations like they're his personal assistants, and here's the kicker, it's never enough. Give him 2 stars, he needs 3. Give him 3, suddenly the role players aren't good enough. Win a title, the roster still has to be blown up. It's psychological warfare. And this is where it gets truly sick. There's an unwritten media mandate that you have to call LeBron the GOAT or your career in sports media is over. That's not hyperbole. That's reality.
LeBron James passing Kareem is bigger than a ring. You know how I know? Because I've only ever heard Kareem Abdul-Jabbar introduced as the NBA's all-time leading scorer, and he's got 6 rings and 6 MVPs. Plus, it's a tangible thing that can't be argued. Not to mention, LeBron's already top 5 in assists. Unlike his finals record that people like to argue without context, this can't be dismissed unless you want to hate by saying he's been so great for so long. When it's all said and done, the top of LeBron's resume will read beating the Warriors in 2016, winning a title with 3 different teams, and being the NBA's scoring king. An achievement Michael Jordan will never accomplish.
Try being an analyst and saying Jordan is better. Watch how fast the LeBron media army comes after you. Nick Wright will dedicate an entire show to tearing you down. Shannon Sharp will scream at you for an hour straight.
And the Clutch Sports Mafia?
Who's the GOAT, who's the greatest and all that between, him and LeBron. And I try to stay away from that, but I will say LeBron has the greatest career.
I say that all the time.
He has the greatest career.
Right.
But Mike is the best
basketball player ever.
Why a lot of old heads want to dog out LeBron is because they were never as good as he is this late in their career.
Right.
And they want to get on him for that.
Yeah.
LeBron at 22 years in, at 41, 40, whatever he is, and is about ready to be first or second team All NBA.
25, 8, and 8.
As old guys, they were never, call them all out.
Some of them wasn't this good in their prime.
That's the thing.
Straight up, they wasn't.